I come to you after finding out, well, I got sick last night. I got some kind of head cold sinus thing. It's all up in here, man. It's all up in here. But that's not stopping me from wanting to give you my initial impressions of the brand new video game Marvel Rivals. The first thing I want to say about it in the overwhelmingly positive category is this game is freaking beautiful. And I mean kind of beyond the pale. It is really, really nice. Visually, presentation-wise, UI, although there's some familiar elements to it. We'll get to that in a minute. But graphically speaking, character design speaking, all that kind of stuff, gorgeous, like breathtakingly pretty game. I don't know that I've ever been more impressed with how Marvel characters are being rendered and represented than I am in this game. It's truly exceptional. And that experience is pretty consistent throughout, and it's fairly bug-free. In fact, I really can't think of a problem I've had. I say fairly bug-free. I haven't seen a bug. I just assume any game that's brand new is going to have bugs, and they'll patch it, whatever. But there are plenty of those. Now let's get into the meat of the discussion. And again, sorry I'm so nasally. So this game is Overwatch, like hardcore Overwatch. And you think I'm kidding, and you might say, well, yeah, it's a hero shooter and all that. The biggest thing separating it are obviously it's Marvel stuff, and the other is that it's third person, but the similarities to Overwatch cannot be ignored. Like straight up, Tracer has an analog in Rivals, and that is Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. This dude is basically Tracer, and you think I'm kidding. Look at how they shoot. Look at how they zip around. Everything about these two characters is the same character, and there's a lot of that in the game. Although some characters are like amalgams of multiple other Overwatch archetypes kind of thrown in. For example, as you might imagine, the Punisher is a lot like Soldier 76. He runs around, shoots a gun. He's sort of that. He's that guy. But he's also got a little Torbjorn in him. He's got this, stuff where he turns into a turret essentially for some period of time with a cooldown. He's also he's got a grappling hook, so he's got a little bit of Widowmaker in him. And his ultimate, he just is this nonstop monstrous thing. Another great example is let's talk about Storm. Storm is basically Lucio with flight and a pretty kick-ass ultimate, I have to admit. But she's got this ring. She can turn on power and healing. It's like a toggleable thing. She's got a speed boost ability that'll take everybody faster to the point or whatever when you start the match. Like all that stuff is there, and you can see her ring around her. Again, Lucio style ring around her. But she's also got, flight and stuff. Feels a little like Mercy when Mercy's having her ultimate. Anyway, there's a lot of similarities. I will say this, though. It's easy to get bogged down in that and go, wow, do something original. How come you couldn't make it, how come everything's so much the same? I think they may have landed on the right amount of familiarity for players who want to ease into a new game, but also marveled it up enough to make it feel fresh. And certainly the visuals do not hurt. I think at this stage anyway, I think I'm comfortable in saying I think that Marvel Rivals has some juice. I think it's got some legs, and I think it's going to be around for a bit. There were horror stories being talked about while this was in development, people saying it was going to be a total nightmare, and I'm just not seeing it. Easy to get into games, easy to, do well, find your role, play well. You got tanks and healers and damage dealers and all that usual stuff. And it's fun. Like, it's hard to deny that it's fun. It's impossible to ignore the Overwatchness of it, okay? I mean, literally impossible to not notice it. But once you get over that, it's fine. It's kind of fresh and fun. So anyway, wonder what you're thinking of it. Do you like it? It's free to play. It's on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation. Although not cross-play as far as I know right now. Or cross-progression. Maybe it's cross-play, just not cross-progression. I can't remember. But anyway, there it is. Marvel Rivals. You can be Squirrel Girl or that shark dude.